Welcome back to Puckett Fieldhouse. Charlie Brown, men's action on the way here in just a second. As we will get you updated on what's going on. Baker comes into the game 2-3 on the season, 0-1 in conference play. Central 5-5 on the season, 3-3 in conference play. As we get ready to go here from Puckett Fieldhouse, we'll get everything set up, get the scoreboard up on the screen for you so you can see it. Ladies game ended just a few minutes ago, and Baker defeated Central Methodist by the score of 84-72. So the Baker men looking for a sweep. Central men looking for a split on the games tonight. We'll be back here at Puckett Fieldhouse on Saturday when Mid-America Nazarene, when the Pioneers come to town, come into Fayette. And then next week, next Tuesday, we'll be here as well for Missouri. Just a second. And you'll get to see those when they're introduced. For Baker, their starting lineup goes like this. Number 2, Tyler White, a 6'5 junior forward out of Topeka, Kansas. Number 4, Colby Bullock, a 6-foot senior guard out of Overland Park, Kansas. Number 5, Justin Batts II, 6'1 junior guard from Memphis, Tennessee. Number 15, Xavier Elam, a 6'3 sophomore guard from Richardson, Texas. And number 35, Braden Wiggs, a 6'7 sophomore from St. Charles, Missouri. For the Eagles, they'll start number 1, Kyle McDermott, 6'3 senior guard from Frankfort, Illinois. Number 10, Trent Lyles, 6-foot sophomore guard out of Sedalia, Missouri. Jaden McGrew, 6'3 sophomore guard out of Garland, Texas. Fody Kamara, 6'6 senior forward out of the Queens, New York. And Chandler Bevins, a 6'7 junior forward out of Cahokia, Missouri. So those are the starters, and you'll see those in just a second after the horn blows, and we'll see if we get the prayer and national anthem again like we did before the ladies' game a little while ago. But we're just about ready to go. As I put away my stats and information from the ladies' game and get out my stats and information about this men's contest. We're doing double duty. I am producing in addition to commenting on the ball game. So I'll get my stuff out so we can see it a little better and get ready to go. Leading scorers for the Eagles, Chandler Bevins averaging 16.1. Kyle McDermott averages 13. 11.4 for Fody Kamara. 8.4 for Jaden McGrew. 8.4 for Austin Fisher. Trent Lyles, 4.2. So as Larry Anderson, a PA announcer here at Central Methodist tonight, gives all the information about the COVID conditions to wear your mask and socially distance, along with the sportsmanship statement by Heart of America Conference. So we're just about set. Clock set at 20 for the first half. And we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups, and you'll see those players in just a second. Asking for everybody to exit when it's over in a hurry and not to stick around and wait for a student athlete to meet up. Thanking the corporate sponsors for Central. And we're just about set to go. Looking over for Baker, their leading scorer is Braden Wiggs at 12.6. So we're going to have the prayer, and so we'll take our headset off, and then the national anthem. No national anthem. No prayer. Everybody set, and we're ready to go.
Starting lineups tonight for Baker University.
So again, it'll be Tyler White, 6'5", junior forward, number 2 from Topeka, Kansas. Number 4, Kobe Bullock, 6-foot senior from Overland Park. 6'1", junior, Justin Batts II from Memphis, Tennessee. 6'3", sophomore, number 15, Xavier Elam from Richardson, Texas. And number 35, Braden Wiggs, 6'7", sophomore from St. Charles. And my favorite player with a name that is not here, which really distresses me a great deal. I don't get to say Kobe Buffalo Meat in this. 6'3", senior guard, Frankfort, Illinois, Kyle McDermott, number 1. Number 10, Trent Lyles, a 6-foot sophomore guard from Sedalia, Missouri. Number 11, Jaden McGrew, 6'3", sophomore guard from Garland, Texas. A 6'6", senior forward from Queens, New York, Fodi Kamara. And number 24, 6'7", junior forward from Cahokia, Missouri, Chandler Bevins. So those are your starting lineups. Jeff Sherman, 36th season. Assistant head coach Matt Sherman. Graduate assistant Brent Shuck. Over for Baker, starting their head coach is Sean Dooley. Assistant coaches Matt Woodcock, and Jesse Lee Brockhoff. Eagles in the white. Wildcats in the dark blue trimmed in orange, and we're just about set to go as it'll be Wiggs jumping against Bevins to start this. And the tip will go to Trent Lyles. Central with the ball. McGrew, Bevins, McDermott, Lyles, Bevins again, Kamara. Everybody's touched the ball. Lyles with a pick. Lyles has got some big hops. Baseline jumper won't go as he kind of faded a little bit on that. And Bullock with the rebound. This is Batts the second, and I'll just call him Batts. Wiggs, 3 in the air, off the rim, no good. That was by Elam. Lyles with the ball. McGrew, McDermott, Bevins, Kamara. McGrew going to take it down the lane. Left-hand shot up, spins around and falls. First 2 points of the ball game belong to the Eagles, and they're up 2-0. We got underway around 8 o'clock. Losing the handle on the ball. It's down on the floor, tipped around, and Lyles ends up with it and tries to get it to Bevins, and finally does to McDermott, and it's 2-on-1. McDermott pulls up for a 3 and hits it. Kyle McDermott, 13-point average, and he's got his first basket, and it's 5-0 Central. Batts with the basketball. Picked by Wiggs. Bullock with it to White. Into the corner it goes. Elam. Bullock again. 3 from him on the way and good. And it is a 3 he was close to the line, but the official says so. 5-3. This is Bats. Lyles gets it across to Kamara. McGrew. McDermott, same spot he just hit one from, fades out of that one, and long rebound run down by Lyles. Gets it to McGrew. Through, tied up, jump ball, and it will go Baker way. And quickly into the game comes Jalen Patterson. 5'10" junior guard from New Orleans, Louisiana, from NOLA. Bats. Patterson. Inside, Wiggs. Wants to spin, can't go anywhere. Lyles deflects it. McGrew comes out with it. Lyles. Shoots the ball well, just doesn't shoot a lot. Directs traffic. Distributes. McGrew. Going to get a pick from Kamara. Goes the other way. Gets it to Kamara now. Steps inside. Puts up a jumper. Won't go. And down with a rebound is White. Ahead to Patterson. White in the corner. 3 on the way. Rims out no good. And Kamara with a rebound. McGrew, end-to-end action. McGrew going to take it to the hoop. Spins. Bevins. McDermott. Bevins again. Into the corner. Kamara thought about a 3. Didn't take it. Bevins on the baseline now with a height advantage. Loses his footing and stumbles and travels on the play. To the hoop, putting it up, no good. Is Bats. Out with the ball is Lyles. McDermott in the corner, baseline, takes it to the hoop. Left hand, can't get it to go. Bevins tips it around, can't get it to go. Into the ball game, Tyson Wilkins, 6'3" junior from Osage City, Kansas, with a rebound. And this is Patterson with the basketball. Almost loses it. Down the lane, Bullock. Jumper on the way and good by Wilkins. Tied at 5. Played 4 minutes. Got 10 points on the board altogether for both teams. Lyle. McGrew. Bevins. Kamara. Into the corner. Lyles with an open 3. Hits it. Trent Lyles, his first points of the ball game. 8-5 Central. Patterson. McGrew bumps him on the way by. My memory serves me right. Patterson had a nice game here last year. McGrew's first personal foul. He's going to check out as Marcus Anthony checks in. Anthony is a 6'2" freshman guard out of Jefferson City, Missouri. Elias High School. Patterson gets it inbounds to Bullock. Bats with it now. Back to Bullock. Wilkins inside. Kamara gets a block on it as Bullock missed. Had his shot blocked by Fody Kamara. Lyles through, tries to get it to Bevins, but it's tipped and turned over. And here comes Bats on the fly as Lyles knocked it away from him, but right to Bullock. Inside it goes. And a foul on the play as McDermott fouls. As 24, Michael Brooks, 6'4" senior guard out of Topeka, into the ball game. Ball fake. And we'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. First one is no good. Trent Shear into the ball game. 0 on your scoreboard. Second free throw by Brooks. Rattles around and falls in. 8-6 in favor of the Eagles. Kamara. Anthony. McDermott. Left hand wants to get to the hoop. Can't. Anthony can. Banks too hard. Brooks with a rebound. Shear. Long three in the air, no good. That was taken by Bullock. Anthony with the rebound, and Lyles with the ball. Coach Sherman yells out the play that he wants. It's to McDermott. He's a lefty. Ball knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with Central. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Akeem Woods, 6'4" junior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, checks in for Baker. 9. Bevins going to get, spin, baseline fadeaway, good. Chandler Bevins, his first points of the ball game. 10-6 Eagles. Patterson in a hurry. He is quick. Wilkins underneath. Patterson again. Brooks halfway down, rattles out. Tough luck shooting there. Bevins with a rebound. Lyles wants McDermott to get out of the way. Go to the top of the key, coming around. Anthony. Bevins. Kamara. McDermott. 12. Step back three on the way. Rims out, no good. Woods with a rebound. Brings it up the floor. Brooks. Patterson top of the key. Jumper from just beyond the three-point line is good. Jalen Patterson, timeout call by the Eagles. I think we'll see who the timeout is called by. It is Central. Coach Sherman lighting into his guys pretty good right now. We'd like to thank our corporate partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics. MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. 10-8. Chris Orozco into the lineup for the Eagles. McDermott out. Orozco. Here comes Anthony around the pick. Lyles down the lane. Pull-up jumper. Won't go. Tipped around by Orozco. Won't go. And here comes Baker with the ball. This is Patterson. Austin Fisher also into the ball game for the Eagles, as Kamara is out as well. Patterson. Contested three and hits it. Jalen Patterson. And Baker has their first lead of the ball game. 11-10. Central ran out 5-0 lead. Into the corner. Orozco's got his man pinned, but they get it to Bevins instead. He puts it up, gets fouled on the spin. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Patterson gets the foul, his first, team first. Bevins at the line. Bevins is, as I look, a 64.5% free throw shooter. First one bangs off the front of the rim, no good. So Fisher, Lyles, Anthony, Orozco, and Bevins on the floor. Bevins hits a second and ties us up at 11. 11:52 to go here in the first half of play, as Shear brings it up. Patterson with a fadeaway. Can't get that one to go. Anthony with a rebound. Takes it down the floor. Left-hand scoop. Won't go, but he's fouled on the play. Saw a lot of him in high school last year at Helias High School. And he had a way in high school of getting to the hoop on a regular basis, and he's been able to do that here on the college level as well. He had to adjust to the speed of the game a little bit early on, but he's caught on very nicely and starting to contribute quite a bit. First one rattles out, no good. Back into the ball game is Tyler White. McGrew back in. Lyles goes out, and Brooks goes out for Baker. Anthony, a 78% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Second one is good. He averages 5 points a ball game as a freshman. McGrew now in the game as they watch Patterson wherever he goes. Inside it goes to Wiggs. He can't get a shot. Double team. Kicks it all the way out. Back it goes. I believe that's Woods with a three. Nice soft shot that pins against the backboard, and it's a dead ball. Be a jump ball, and a possession arrow goes to the Eagles. 11:15 to go. Eagles with a 1-point advantage, 12-11. Don't know what that was all about. Sideline. Possession is yours. Well, they had it anyway. Anthony. McGrew. Baseline. Tries to kick it out, but picked off by Shearer. Patterson. Woods stepped through to the hoop. Can't get it to go, and Bevins with another rebound. Fisher on the run. Bevins. Going to take it down the lane. Got to get some contact. Can't get it to go. And White with a rebound. Woods again. Shearer back to White, or to Woods. He just missed the three. Tipped in the lane. And Anthony comes out with it. 1-on-3. Cuts across. Fisher with a three. Can't get it to go. Orozco can't get the rebound. And Woods down the floor. Patterson back to Woods. Lays it up and in. Nice passing play there. 13-12 in favor of Baker. McGrew. Fisher. They've got Wiggs on him. That's a mismatch for Orozco inside, but can't get it there. Bevins to McGrew. Back out. Fisher managed to get it. Orozco's going to take a jumper from the corner. Basket will not count, and an offensive foul in the lane as the ball passer bumped in, and that is Anthony, 0, and we'll have a timeout called. With the score 13-12 Baker, we'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
$9:53 to go, just past the halfway point of this first half of basketball. 13-12 Baker. Central got off to a 5-0 lead. Baker came back, took the lead at 11-10. Seesaw back and forth since then. Back here on Saturday at Puckett Fieldhouse, Mid-American Nazarene Pioneers in town for a ladies and men's doubleheader. 2 o'clock women's game. 4 o'clock men's game. I'll have that for you. And then next Tuesday, Missouri Valley is here to take on the Eagles in the same way. 5:30 women's game, 7:30 men's game. And then it will be Christmas break until back in January. Kyle McDermott back into the ball game. Kamara back into the ball game. Lyles out. Fisher out. Here comes pressure. Wiggs. Anthony taps it off his leg. Wiggs is going to have to hurry to get it across, and a timeout called by Baker. As we'll have a conversation about whether it was a 10-second violation or a timeout. And it will be a 10-second violation. I don't think 10 seconds went off the clock, but I'm not going to argue about that. I thought it was 9:51 on the clock. Only 8 seconds have gone off, but that's going to go Central's way, so I'm not going to complain about that. It was 9:57, so it was more than 10 seconds off the clock. Anthony, McGrew, spins, left hand, off the glass, can't get it to go. Kamara had it, McGrew has it, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be White basketball. It'll be Central's ball as they're battling for it inside. McDermott into Kamara. McGrew. McDermott knocked out of bounds by Batts. Now he may have got that with a finger on, because he was kind of looking around a little bit like maybe he had jammed his finger, but not since then. Jalen Patterson exit. Woods chases Anthony behind his back, off the glass, can't get it to go, tipped around. Anthony going to run it down as Orozco tipped it back outside. Now Orozco's got it inside against Wiggs in the lane. Left-hand floater goes up and in. There's Orozco, his first points of the ball game, and the Eagles back in front, 14-13. Back and forth we go. Batts. White inside the Wiggs, underneath the basket. Finds his way, gets a tip, but he can't get it to go. Orozco tips it around, and Kamara comes out with it. McGrew, McDermott got an open three, looks at it, can't get it to go. Woods with a rebound. Up in front is Bullock, doesn't get him the ball, gets it to him now. And McDermott just kind of shied away from it, missed the shot, going to go to the hoop, put it up right-handed, can't get it to go. Coach Sherman not too thrilled with that sequence of plays. Bullock, Woods, Batts with it. White inside the Wiggs. Tipped around, knocked out of the hands by Anthony. Orozco picks it up, and McGrew going to take it to the hoop, tries to get through, and we'll have an offensive foul called on Jaden McGrew. It'll be his second personal foul. Lyles gets ready to check back in. And Phil Cicero checks in for the first time. McDermott out. McGrew out with his 2 fouls. Also into the ball game, Wilkins. Bevins checks back in. Orozco checks out. Batts with the ball. Brooks also into the ball game. 3 in the air and rims out no good. And Kamara with a rebound. Ahead to Lyles. Bevins against White. To the hoop. Puts it up off the glass strong and scores. 5 points for Bevins in the ball game and a 3-point advantage for the Eagles. Batts. Gets a pick from Wilkins. Bullock, a little runner on the baseline, can't go. Tipped around. Looked like Bevins was being held with one arm as he went up to get that rebound with one hand, but it went out of bounds off of a Baker player. And Jeff Salmon checks into the ball game. Anthony checks out. Salmon, a 3-point shooter. Lyles. Cicero. Crossover. Kamara underneath the basket, loses a handle on it, and it'll be over to Baker. That's the 6th turnover in the ball game for the Eagles. Bats across midcourt. 6:52 to go here in the first half. White. Bats again. Now got Kamara on him on the switch. Into the corner to Bullock. Brooks. Bats. Now got Lyle on him. White with a 3 on the way, and Tyler White hits it. His first points of the game. Cicero with it. I think the score is not correct on the scoreboard, but we'll go with that. Kamara is fouled before he gets to the basket. They're going to talk about the score at the scorer's table because I don't think they put their points up correctly. They put them on the wrong side. They did. So it's 16-16 now. Added up on the board is 18-13, but it's a tie game. Central with the ball underneath their own basket. Cicero in the corner. Bevins back to Cicero. Got a switch off on him. Kamara, he's got Bevins inside with a little bit of a mismatch as Brooks is on him. Lyles travels. He tried to stop and find a passing lane, did not find one, and ends up dragging his foot. 6:01 to go, 16 all. Baker shooting 27.8%, Central 31.6% from the floor. Neither side lighting it up very much. All the way over to the corner, White, who just hit a 3, takes it to the hoop. Kamara changes his shot. He misses it. Salmon in the corner. Cicero's got a 3 in the air on the way and good. Phil Cicero. Averaging 1.5 points a game. Doubles that up with his first shot. He's got a 3-pointer, and the Eagles have a 3-point lead. Lyles with bats. 3-pointer on the way, will not go for Wilkins. Kamara with a rebound. Cicero back to Lyles. Going to get a pick from Kamara. Bevins going to give it back to Cicero, who just hit a 3. Trying to find a way down the lane. Gets it to Bevins with 14 on the shot clock. He's spinning. Trying to get into the lane. Does so. Fade away. Can't go. And out with a rebound is Bullock. And a timeout called by Baker. It'll be a full timeout, so let's give you a couple of 19-16 in favor of the Eagles in this low-scoring game as we just have, they're counting down the timeout. They take the time off the clock for the timeout clock. 4:50 to go here in the first half. (19-16). It'll be Baker basketball right in front of the scorer's table. Now they're going to walk down a little bit and put it in front of the Central bench. And that'll be Shear to bring the ball inbounds. He gets it into Bullock. Into the ball game, 23, Ray Swopes, 5'11 junior from Topeka. This is Shear. Bullock. That was Swopes. And a travel called on Bullock. That'll be the 6th turnover of the first half against Baker. Lyles with Swopes on him. Bevins top of the key. Cicero round the pick, down the lane, kicks it to the corner. Kamara fakes a 3, gives it back. Cicero in the corner thought about a 3. Salmon is a 3-point shooter. Lyles down the lane. Bevins. Ball fake, takes it down the lane, lays it up, can't get it to go, and a blocking foul called on Shear. Trent Shear at the bottom of that pile. 5'10 junior guard from Cheney, Kansas. And I will send Chandler Bevins to the free throw line. Bevins a 64.5% free throw shooter. He's averaging 16.1 per ball game. He's got 5 so far. He's the leading scorer for the Eagles. Halfway down and rattles out. No good. One more. The foul was on Shearer. That's his first. Salmon with the ball. Hands it off to Cicero. Around the pick by Bevins. Down the lane. He's left-handed. Loses control of it, and it goes out of bounds off of him. It says Cicero is 6'3". As Orozco checks in, Bevins checks out. McDermott checks in. Cicero checks out. And a timeout called by Coach Sherman. We'd like to thank our corporate business sponsors, our partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics, MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotel, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. Horn blows, and we're back to action as soon as both sides break out. Referee blows the whistle, and we're back to action. Back into the ball game is Tyson Wilkins. For Baker, also Jalen Patterson. Step back three on the way, rims out no good, and Kamara with a rebound. Salmon, he's got Patterson on him. Kamara, got 7 rebounds in the game already. Lyles has it knocked out of his hands. Swopes has it underneath, off the glass, no good. Patterson with a follow, no good. And Orozco's got the rebound to Lyles. Swopes cuts him off. Orozco. McDermott has the ball taken away from him. Patterson down the lane, puts it up and in. He's got 7 in the game off the bench. 19-18. 2:38 to go. Lyles off of an Orozco pick, and again another one. Still can't find anywhere to go. McDermott going to take it down the lane. Ball fake. Left-hand shot put up. Can't get it to go. Patterson. Ball fake. Jumper won't go. Lyles with a rebound, and it's out in a hurry. 2-on-1. Kamara. McDermott, 3 on the way in the air, no good, tipped around, and it ends up in Shearer's hands. McDermott having a tough go of it here in the first half. 1 for 7 from the floor, and that includes making like the very first one that he shot. Shearer. Trey Meany gets ready to check in, and I've got a story about his family in just a second as soon as he gets into the game. White from the corner buries a 3. He's got 6 in the game, a pair of threes, and Baker with a 2-point advantage. Salmon. Got Patterson on him. McDermott. Salmon, ball fake, gets the runner past him, puts it up, can't get it to go, and Shearer with a rebound. Nothing falling for the Eagles. That's been a problem of theirs, and the ball goes out of bounds, tipped away by Lyles. Meany in, Anthony in, Orozco, Salmon out. Trey Meany, I saw his dad, who's the coach at Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri, and also played basketball here at Central Methodist. Brian is the coach, and Trey's little brother Tristan is on that team. And we've got a clock issue. I'll continue on with Tristan. Started the ball game off at Smith Cotton. Battle was playing Smith Cotton High School out of Sedalia. And Tristan, little brother of Trey, hit his first 6 threes in the ball game. Ended up with 7 in the game. And his dad, Coach Brian Meany, said that ties the school record of 7, held by Tristan's brother, Trey. So a line of players from Central Methodist. Brian played here. Trey is here now. Tristan in high school. Woods with it. Loses, and a blocking foul will be called on Trey Meany, and that was well after the ball was lost. Meany hops up, kind of favoring his right side a little bit. His first foul, that is team foul number 5, 4 against Baker. Shearer, Wiggs, Swopes, Patterson, and Woods on the floor, and that's Patterson with a baseline jumper that's good. I don't know why he doesn't play all the time. All he's done since he's come into the ball game is score. He's 4 for 7 from the floor and has 9 points. McDermott has the ball taken away from him, knocked down. That's team foul number 5, and that'll be the second foul against Shearer. 23-19, biggest lead at 4 for Baker in this ball game. My program says Bats. Oh, there he corrected. He was calling him Bates, and I thought I had it wrong. In it comes. Meany. Lyles. Kamara wants the ball inside. He's got it now as he says swinging around. Underneath the basket to McDermott. Lefty puts it up and gets it to roll. 23-21. 6 seconds, 5-second difference on the game clock, shot clock. So with a block out, Central will get the ball back before the end of the half. Might not have much time on the clock when they get there. Bats with Lyles on him. Back to Bats as he and Swopes play catch. Patterson. Wiggs can't get it to go. Tipped around. Wiggs gets it back. Meany fouls him with 6.4 to go. That'll be Trey Meany's second personal foul, if that's who it's against. Trent Lyles gets the foul instead, his first. 2 free throws for Wiggs. First one is good. Wiggs is their leading scorer at 12.6. He is a 52.9% free throw shooter. 23-21 as we will approach halftime here. Second free throw. Rattles and rolls in. Brooks checks in. Wiggs checks out. Lyles with 6. Up the court against Swopes. Right down the lane. Little runner to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Meany grabs it. Puts it up at the buzzer. No good. And we are at halftime. Our halftime score, Baker 25, Central 21. We will take a break, get our stats, and come back with some halftime stuff for you in just a couple of minutes here on the Eagles Sports Network.
CMU's Digital U. Contact us today. CMU. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U at Central Methodist University. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Halftime and off of turnovers. We'll run down the individual scoring for you right now for Baker with their 25-point first half. They are led by Jalen Patterson off the bench with 9, 6 points for Tyler White, 3 points for Colby Bullock, 2 points apiece for Braden Wiggs, Akeem Woods, Tyson Wilkins, and then 1 point for Michael Brooks. For the Eagles, they are led by Kyle McDermott and Chandler Bevins with 5 each. And then 3 points for Phil Cicero, 3 points for Trent Lyles, 2 points for Chris Orozco, 2 for Jaden McGrew, and 1 point for Marcus Anthony. So 25-21 is our halftime score. We'll get rid of that. And we'll get that back up on the screen for you. As you can see, we're still got over 7 minutes to go here before the halftime break is done. I want to thank our corporate partners again for their continued support of CMU Athletics, MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. And we'll be back here Saturday on the Eagle Sports Network. We'll have the Pioneers from Mid-America for women's and men's action. Women at 2, men at 4. And then next Tuesday we'll be back here at Puckett Fieldhouse again as Missouri Valley comes to town, and the Vikings will play women's game at 5:30, men's game at 7:30. And then it will be break time for the holidays. Coach Davis on the women's side has 4 or 5 girls. I think he's got 4 that will be eligible second semester, plus 1 who's been hurt. And then hoping to get Nana Massanet back, his leading scorer, who has tweaked the knee a little bit, and they are holding her out of ball games right now to get her completely healthy so they can make the big run in the second half of the season. Trying to get to a conference championship again for Coach Davis, tournament championship, and back to the national tournament. They were ranked number 17 last week coming into play. They lost tonight to Baker. And the score of that game was, let me look real quick and find it amongst all of my different papers that I have scattered from here to breakfast. 84-72 was the final score of the women's game, with Baker coming out on top. So we continue on with our halftime information for you. We want to thank a couple more sponsors, partners who make this possible. Airlink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider. Family owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for info on all your internet needs. Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs, from brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repair, batteries, and state inspections. They have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagle Athletics. As we made it through football season, and the Eagles had their first winning season in a while. They've had a 5-1 season a couple of years ago, but they actually had a winning season this year. Even with the COVID, they had a game. They had several games at the start of the season canceled altogether. The first 2 ball games of the year, I think they were supposed to play Clark and Culver, and they thought both of those games were games that they may have won. If that had happened, they could have had a 7-4 season instead of 5-4. So good job there. Soccer team doing well. Volleyball team did very well. Basketball off and running. Wrestling on the horizon as they've renovated and done added women's wrestling. I did a wrestling match, high school wrestling match last night at Smith Cotton High School as Battle was in town to wrestle that match there. So that was our first venture into that. I did a swimming meet again. I did girls high school swimming on Tuesday. So that was always quite an adventure for me. And I will tell you, I know very little about swimming and or diving. But I'm learning as we go along. Same way with wrestling. I know a little bit about that as I have nephews that made the state in wrestling from St. Genevieve High School in southeast Missouri. So I've been around it a little bit, but getting more and more used to it as we go. With the COVID pandemic, we have been kept very busy with Central Methodist basketball. I also do high school sports on a regular basis. We cover my outfit, the company I work for, Prepcast, covers Warrensburg High School, Smith Cotton High School in Boonville here in central Missouri. Prepcast in St. Louis covers lots of schools down there. And then we got Prepcast KCMW on the west side that takes care of Butler, Adrian, Rich Hill, and the WeMo Conference. So with the pandemic, we have on our network all together through the start of football season until about a week ago, we hit our 300,000th household that has tuned into that. So we are happy to provide a service, same way with this, that we can bring you those ball games because a lot of parents cannot get here for the games, and there's not much crowd. So we hope that you enjoy our broadcast from here at Puckett Fieldhouse. Try to bring you information that you can find useful and a broadcast that you will find somewhat enjoyable, as we're not terribly biased one way or the other. At least we may be, but we don't show it too often. We're down to 1:13, and we'll be back to action here in the second half of a very slow ball game at 25-21 in favor of Baker. Again, I miss being able to say number 12's name for Baker University. It may very well be my favorite name of a college athlete anywhere. That would be Kobe Buffalo Meat. So the basketballs are being put up. And we will be back to action here in just a couple of minutes. From Puckett Fieldhouse. See if both teams bring their starters back out to start. There's the horn. It will be Baker basketball to start the second half. It's Woods, White, Batts, Bullock, and Wiggins for Baker. It is McGrew, Bevins, Kamara, McDermott, and Lyles for the Eagles. And we're underway in the second half of play. To the basket, putting it up and in, and that was easy as Batts as he beat his man and two other defenders standing there. Coach Sherman not happy on the sideline with his defensive effort so far. Inside it goes to Bevins. He's got a big height advantage. Pass too high for McGrew. Ends up in Woods' hands. Batts lines up a three. Can't get it to go. McGrew with the rebound. Players on the Baker bench thought it was going to go as they had their three fingers up. Kamara to the basket with a pass, but he's fouled as he gets there. Braden Wiggs, his first personal foul, out of bounds. Kamara, Lyles. Back around is McDermott, puts it in, foul, go to the free throw line. Kyle McDermott, his 7th point, and he's going to go to the free throw line. They put the points up on the wrong side again, as it's not 27-21, it is 25-23. They've had a problem at the scorers table in this ball game. McDermott misses the free throw. Now they've got the score almost right. They've got the 23 up, and it's 27-23. As Batts did make a layup to start this for Baker. Woods, Bullock, Batts, White got a couple of threes in the ball game, and he's got another one. Defender went behind the screen. 9 points for White, 3 threes. Inside to Bevins. Pulls his way in, loses the handle on it. Kamara gets it. Spins underneath the basket and scores. (30-25). Batts. Too much switching. Inside it goes Wiggs. Fadeaway jumper. Banks off no good. Kamara with a rebound. He's got 9 in the game. McDermott misses a 3. Woods with a rebound. Ball loose on the floor. Woods picks it up. White. Akeem Woods and a foul underneath the basket. Chandler Bevins with his first personal foul. First team foul of the second half. Batts gets it into White. Back to Batts. White, inside it goes to Wiggs. To the hoop, puts it up and in as he got Bevins pinned on his backside. Puts it up and in. 32-25. McGrew, Bevins. McDermott looks inside. Lyles thought about a 3, decides not to. Back out. Kamara. Bevins. Double teamed, trying to find his way out of there. Can't. Finally kicks it, but it's going to be a 5-second. No, a timeout called. Just before the 5-second call, a timeout called by Central. Basket. That's him on the right wing. Has to fire one at the buzzer. Tipped around, no good, and Batts comes out with it. Anthony had no choice. Shot clock running down. He had to fire one up. Didn't get it to go. Batts. Bevins and Wiggs battle inside. This is Bullock. Batts. Kicks it to the corner. That's Bullock with a 3 and hits it. 6 points for him. Marcus Anthony to the hoop. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Kamara had the rebound, but he's fouled. Tyler White with the foul, his first personal foul. Team foul number 3. It'll be Central basketball underneath their own basket, I believe, or they're going to say Kamara was shooting. That seems pretty generous. First free throw rattles around, no good. Kamara is a 75% free throw shooter. Anthony checks out. Fisher checks in. So McDermott, Fisher, McGrew, Bevins, and Kamara. Second free throw good. 25. It's a 9-point deficit, 35-26, as it was up to 10. Biggest lead of the ball game for Baker. They get it ahead, but it throws it too far for Bullock, and Kamara gets it to Fisher. Austin Fisher. McGrew, baseline. McDermott in the corner. 3 in the way. Air no good. Tipped around. Kamara will pick up a foul, and that's his first of the ball game. McDermott having a tough night. He is 3 for 12 from the floor. He normally shoots 38, 39%. Pass. Kamara gets his hand on it, knocks it out of bounds, and it will stay with Baker. As Batts tried to pass the ball ahead, Kamara got his hand on it. Again, ends up going out of bounds. Batts inbounds it. That's Bullock. Back to Batts. White, Swopes, and Wiggs on the floor for Baker. Wiggs bailed out. Nope, an offensive foul called on Wiggs at the buzzer as the shot clock was expiring. Tyson Williams gets ready to come in as that is Wiggs' third personal foul, so he will go to the bench. Brooks will also check in for Baker, as will Patterson. Jalen Patterson is instant offense. He's got 9 points and limited playing time in the first half. McGrew swopes on him. Runs him off of Bevins' pick. Back to Bevins. He's got a 3 lined up in the air. Won't go, and Swopes with a rebound. Patterson with it. Into the corner, Swopes looks inside, can't find anywhere to go. Batts, Patterson, 3 lined up, going to be off the rim, no good. And the tip comes back out to Batts, and they'll reset. Wilkins, Batts. Tries to go for cutting Brooks, but Brooks didn't cut all the way. He stopped, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Central ball. They're still trailing by 9, 15 minutes to go here in the second half. Kamara underneath, off the glass and good. He's got 5 in the game, well off of his average of 11.4. Patterson almost loses his footing. Swope in the corner. Batts, Patterson. Brooks, back to Batts. 10 on the shot clock. Patterson stepped through. Brooks with a 3 on the way, won't go. Tipped around and ends up in McGrew's hands. Needs to take care of it. It's 1-on-4. To the hoop he goes, puts it up, can't get it to go. Bevins over the back, no foul call. And Swopes with a rebound. Coming up on 14 minutes to go. And a timeout called. Halftime, they have outscored Central 10-7 here. To lead by the 35-28 7-point spread. Baker basketball right by their bench. Patterson inbounds. Shear into the ball game has it. Swopes. Shear. Brooks into the corner. Back to Brooks. Shear with a 3 straight away. Off the rim, no good. Brooks with a rebound. Patterson with a long 3 and hits it. Off the bench, he's got 12. He's the leading scorer in the ball game at 12. 10-point advantage. McGrew spins, left hand, puts it up, can't get it to go. Fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Greg Swopes. Jaden McGrew will shoot.
13:31 to go. McGrew at the line. 2 points in the game. Makes the first. 61.5% free throw shooter. Second one clangs off, no good, and Brooks with a rebound. Unofficially have Central at 4 for 11 from the free throw line. Brooks in the corner. Shear out at the top. Reset. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Brooks in the other corner now. Shear. Brooks cutting across. Brooks and Shears. Brooks has been in one corner, the other corner, and down the lane, and he loses a handle on the ball. Fisher into the game, gets it. Bevins. Fisher. Bevins. Jockey's inside. Got a height advantage. Can't get it to go. And Patterson, probably the smallest player on the court, with a rebound. And you better guard him or he's going to pull up and shoot it. And there he is right there. He passes that up, goes to Swope instead. Swopes fires a three, can't get it to go. Ball tipped by Brooks, ends up in Shearer's hands. And they reset the offense. Shearer in the corner, back to Patterson. 10 on the shot clock. 9-point advantage. Patterson with a long three, can't get that one to go. And Kamara with a rebound, and that ought to get him to about 10 in the ball game. Got 5 points and 10 rebounds. Fisher Swopes with a reach-in foul. That's foul number 6 in this half. The next foul will put the Eagles in the bonus for the rest of the half. Of course, I just told you they're 4 for 11 from the free throw line, so mixed blessing there. Wiggs back in. Woods back in. Kamara. McGrew. Bevins with Brooks on him. 3 on the way, halfway down, and rims out for Fisher. Patterson. Woods. And a blocking foul on Fisher. That'll be his first personal foul, team foul number 3. Keen Woods will go to the free throw line. Woods is a 75% shooter. There was no... Well, they said the ball went. I didn't see it go in. 1 free throw. No good. Kamara with a rebound. 11-point advantage. Fisher tries to go down the lane, puts it up, and gets it to go, and he's fouled. Brooks has got his hands up saying, what did I do? So I'm going to guess that's who the basket. Nope, it's not against him. It's against Patterson, I believe. His second. Woods with the miss. 40-31. Patterson ahead of the crowd. Crossover into the lane. Little floater up and in. He's got 14 in the game, and the lead's 11 for Baker. McDermott trying to spin in the lane. Puts it up right-handed and gets the roll. Kyle McDermott got 9 in the game. Patterson almost loses the ball, gets it across to Woods. Back to Patterson, out by half court. Brooks in the corner, double team, gets it out to Shear, skips it all the way across to Woods. Baseline held. Brooks going to drive. Bevins stops him. Patterson with 3 on the clock. Baseline jumper on the way, won't go. Kamara with a rebound, and he's going to go 1-on-2. And that'll be a foul on Shearer for getting in the way, a blocking foul, and I believe Fody Kamara will go to the free throw line. He is a 75% free throw shooter. He's got 5 points in the game. He averages 11. Lyles checks in. McGrew checks out. Kamara will have a 1-and-1. 10:49. Left in this second half. Cicero getting ready to check in. Misses the first. Wiggs with a rebound. 3 fouls on him, but he's back in the ball game. Central 4 of 12 from the free throw line. My math is not great, but that's 33 1/3%. Into the corner it goes. That's White. Got some threes. He has 3 threes in the ball game. Nice pass to Wiggs from Patterson, and it's in, and it is back to an 11-point lead. 6 points for Wiggs in the ball game, and a travel on Kamara as he takes a step before he puts the ball on the floor. Look over here. That's turnover number 13, and Kamara goes to the bench. Lyles, Fisher, McDermott, Cicero, and Bevins on the floor for the Eagles. Marcus Anthony gets ready to check in at the next dead ball. Patterson with a step through, but it's a travel call on him. McDermott checks out. Anthony in. Lyles, baseline, kicks it out. White knocked it away, saves it. Bats with it. Patterson, he's going to pull up for a jumper, and he misses another one. That's 2 in a row that he's missed after making a whole bunch. Austin Fisher on the run, pulls up for a 3, hits it. 44-36 with 9:30 to go. Woods. Bats with a basketball out by the Eagle logo at half court. Patterson. White. Back to Patterson. Bats going to swing it around the other way to Woods. Not going to take a 3. Looks underneath. Patterson was flashing backside. Couldn't get there. White's got a 3 lined up. That one's no good. Doesn't draw anything. And Anthony out with the ball, and he's going to take it to the hoop. Puts it up too hard. Doesn't get a foul called. And here comes Bats on the run. Right to the hoop. And it's a blocking foul, and the ball goes in. The official asks, and it says, yep, it went in, so it counts. And a blocking foul. Foul goes on Chandler Bevins, his second personal foul. Basket counts. It's a 10-point advantage. And a free throw after a timeout. 36-46. Eagles just can't get any closer. They get it down to 9 or to 8, and then immediately goes back to 10, 11, or 12, as they just can't get into this lead at all. It was a 4-point lead at halftime. It's been 10, give or take a little bit, this whole second half. But I will tell you, based on my limited experience, 36 points in the second half is not going to win many ball games. Officials looking at something underneath the scoreboard or underneath the basket on the Baker end of the floor. Waiting for the horn to blow so we can get back to action, as this seems to be a very generous timeout. And there is the first horn. .8:51 to go. Patterson with 14 for Baker. McDermott with 9 for the Eagles. Salmon, Kamara, Siswell, Lyles, and Fisher on the floor. For the Eagles, Wilkins, Bats, White, Woods, and Bullock on the floor. Free throw no good. Kamara with the rebound. Still a 10-point lead. Lyles trying to find a way to get to the basket. Loses his man. Fisher going to go to the hoop. Gets his man in the air, puts it up, gets it to go. Austin Fisher with another acrobatic move. It'll be his second chance to go to the free throw line and finish up a 3-point play. He's got 7. Foul on Batts is his first personal foul. Comes up short. White with a rebound. Next foul will put the Eagles in a double bonus, and based on their free throw shooting to this point in time, that's a good thing. 4 of 14 from the free throw line. Off the leg, and there's a foul by Batts. Under some circumstances, that would be a good foul, and it may turn out to be a good foul. Stops a fast break opportunity. That's 10, so it's a double bonus. It's 2. They're still saying it's a 1-and-1. Scoreboard says that's 10. Lyles misses the first. Coach Sherman wants to know why there wasn't, and he says, why wasn't it 2? That's 10 fouls, and they're going to get the second one now. So, back to the line will be Lyles. Need to put 5 seconds back on the game clock and the shot clock. McDermott sitting at the bench waiting to get in. They want to put 5 seconds, I think. They put 5 seconds back on the play clock, or shot clock. They might as well put 5 seconds back on the play clock. Not that I know that'll make a lot of difference, but it would make sense that if you started the clock and ran 5 off of the shot clock, 5 also came off of the game clock. They're going to talk about it. Probably go to the monitor. It was 25 on the shot clock, so that's 5 seconds. They put 5 back up to make it 30, so why wouldn't you put 5 back up? And they do to make it 8:23. And now they say, let's go. Nobody has a timeout. Nobody called a timeout. Let's go. And I'm good with that. So Trent Lyles back to the free throw line to finish up his 2. That was his first miss of the season just a moment ago. Lyles out, McDermott in. 7-point advantage. 5 of 16 from the free throw line for the Eagles. Woods across against some pressure. Batts. Woods on the right side. White. Bullock to the hoop, puts it up and in. That was pretty easy. The Eagles are having to work really hard to get their basket, and that one was just drive it down the lane and lay it up and in. Salmon. McDermott in the corner, 3 on the way, good, and he's fouled. He's got a chance for a 4-point play. 12 points for McDermott, and he's got a free throw. Knocks it down to 6. McGrew in, Salmon out. Miss another free throw. They're going to lament when Coach Sherman looks at the numbers after the ball game. He knows it's bad. He just doesn't know how bad. How many points they've given up by missing free throws in this game. Woods, baseline underneath, outside. Bullock pulls up, back to Woods. Bullock with a long 3 and hits it. Back to 9. Bullock with 11, double figures for him right now. Fisher almost with a walk. McGrew gets it. Cicero. Fisher Puts it up, partially blocked by Batts. Woods has it, ahead to Batts. Puts it up and in. Back to 11. Central gets it down to 5 or 6. And immediately goes back up. McGrew to the basket, can't get it to go. Kamara underneath, and he's going to be fouled by Tyson Wilkins, I believe. And it'll be free throws. Lyles wants to check in. Anthony wants to check in. They will after this first free throw by Fodi Kamara. Kamara with 5. Has been stuck there for quite a while. Makes the first free throw. Wiggs back in for Baker. Brooks getting ready to check in. Missed free throw. $14 turnovers and a bunch of missed free throws. I believe they've missed 12 free throws. 3 from the corner, no good. Kamara with a rebound. Needs to get it to a guard. Not going to do it. Going to take it straight to the hoop. Put it up. No good. Bullock with a rebound. Only 4 fouls against Central in this second half, so a ways to go before they can put Baker at the free throw line. But Baker is 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Central 6 of 18. Batts, Woods, Bullock in the corner. Back to Woods, and there's a foul by Lyles. That's number 5. One more foul before we get to the bonus. Bevan's going to check back in. Brooks going to check back in for Baker. $20 on the shot clock. 5:40 left in the game. White, Wiggs leans in and scores. He's got 8 in the game, below his average, but the lead's back to 12. Lyles, Anthony, wants to turn the corner. Can't get in the lane. McDermott, he'll go down the lane, put it up right-handed. He's a lefty. Can't get it to go. It's out of bounds, off of Baker. McDermott to bring it in underneath his own basket. McGrew, Lyles, McDermott, spin, travel, and a turnover. And a timeout call by Central. They want a full timeout. So we'll talk to you about our sponsors a little bit more. Corporate sponsors that make all this possible, those would be MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotel, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. Those folks make these broadcasts possible. That's able to bring me in to do these things on a regular basis, as I live an hour and 45 minutes from the campus here. But my tie to this place is I graduated from here. My wife graduated from here. I have a daughter that graduated from here, and I have a son who graduated from here. So we've got ties to the Fayette community. We're about to the end of this timeout. 55-43 is the score. First horn. Looking at some scores that are up on the screen. Women's basketball. Evangel beat Missouri Valley by 3 tonight. William Penn is beating Mount Mercy by 6 late, as in the end of the game. But we're back to this one for now. White, almost to travel. Get it ahead to Patterson. Patterson is quick and floats. He's got a lot of points in this ball game. 14. Inside it goes to Wiggs on the floor. That is foul number 6. So if it's on the floor, still not shooting free throws. Foul on Marcus Anthony, his second. Now they'll be in the bonus from now on, as the Eagles will try to foul to get back into this. Down by 12 with 4:47 to go. Patterson, free throw line jumper. He's missed about 3 in a row. Anthony with it. Tries to get to the hoop. Loses a handle on the ball. Everybody says, whose is it? And it is Baker basketball, as they say, no foul on it. That's turnover number 16 in the ball game. And Cicero getting ready to check back in. Central shooting 31.5% from the free throw line. 6 of 19. Patterson, Euro step, and then some. Fouled, basket doesn't go. He'll go to the free throw line, shoot a pair. He's got 14 in the game.
Shooting for Baker will be Jalen Patterson.
Patterson takes his full 10 seconds of time and then hits it off the back iron, no good. Misses both, and Bevins with a rebound. Lyles, Bevins steps back, 3 on the way for him, no good. Shear with a rebound. 4:15 to go in the ball game. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Baker. Try to throw the ball back in, and it ends up in the stands. Shear to bring it in. He needs to step out of bounds because he's still in. There he goes. Patterson, 20 on the shot clock. Shear into the corner to White. Wiggs. Brooks, nice pass, lays it up and in. 14-point advantages. The Eagles now having to take some chances with steals and whatnot. There's a foul. That'll be free throws for Jaden McGrew. McGrew 1 for 2 from the free throw line. First one, no good. That gets him down to 30% from the free throw line in the ball game. Second free throw. Rattles around and is good. As I look at it, they shoot 74% on the season from the free throw line, and they're shooting just over 30% in this game. Brooks turns and comes back out, not interested in taking the ball to the hoop. They have a 13-point lead and the ball. Kamara gets ready to check back in. Patterson is down and hurt at midcourt. Has he twisted something or... We will not conjecture as to what. He's on his back at midcourt. While they tend to him, we'll go ahead and take a quick break and be back right after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Patterson gets up and walks off under his own accord. That's Bullock with the basketball. 12-10 now on the shot clock. Wiggs inside, goes underneath, and will be called for a travel. Kamara in the ball game has 15 rebounds and 6 points. So he's going to have to hustle to get a double-double. He's got the hard part, the rebound part of it. He needs 4 points. Eagles need points in a hurry. McGrew down the lane to Kamara. Puts it up, can't get it to go. Tipped by McGrew, out of bounds. It'll go over to Baker. Field goal percentage for the ball game. Central shooting just under 32% for the ball game from the floor. And about the same from the free throw line. Brooks ahead to Shear. Back to Brooks. Bullock. Under 3 to go. Cicero on Brooks. Tries to steal the ball. Call for a reach-in foul. To the free throw line will go Shear. Trent Shear on the season. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Shooting an even 1,000%. And I jinxed him. Yes, I did. McGrew with the rebound, gets it to Cicero. 2:42 to go. Kamara, Cicero. McGrew, got to have a little urgency. You're down by 13. Got to get the ball to the hoop, get a shot somehow. There's Lyles with a 3 on the way. Scoops in and out. Shear with a rebound. Yeah, a timeout called by Baker. Coach Dooley calls a timeout. I know this has been tough to watch. Alan Sherman out in Colorado. The Sherman family watching. Alan watching son Jeff coach and grandson Matt, the assistant coach. Bullock to bring it in. 2:20 to go. Official instructing Lyles to tuck in his shirt. There's Shear with the basketball. Around the pick by White. They're going to run clock. Wiggs with Kamara on him. Pushes him back in. Spins, puts it up. Shot blocked by Kamara. And Lyles grabs the rebound. 13-point deficit. Got to hurry. McDermott's the three-point shooter, and they know that. They've got Bullock on him. Lyle. Kamara. And a travel called against McDermott as he tried to get his way to the hoop. White. Wiggs. Brooks back to Wiggs. Across to Shearer. Splits the defense. Loses control of the ball, but it ends up in Bullock's hands. Bullock with it. Shearer just going to take some time off. 10 on the shot clock. White. Bullock. To the lane. Drops it off for Wiggs. Loses the ball to McGrew. 1 second, and it's going to be a quick one because it was there for just about the full length of the time. So I don't know if they're even going to be able to catch and shoot, but we'll soon see. because that's the only option right now is catch it and shoot it. Shear to inbound it, toss it in, and they get the score. White goes up and gets it, puts it in, grabs it, shoots it in midair and scores, and that'll just about seal the deal. And an offensive foul called on Kamara. His second personal foul. Eagles going to try and trap. Don't necessarily look to foul. White, Shear, Bullock. Back to Shear. Kamara tips it and steals it. Gives it to McGrew. Lyles has a three in the air and hits it. Trent Lyles. 7 points now for him in the ball game. Bullock back all by himself. Lays it up and in. And a timeout by Baker. And they want a full timeout. They're up 14 with 42 seconds. I'm not sure what the strategy is here. That you would call a full timeout, up 14 with 42 seconds left in the game. I guess you tell them, let's not let them score 15 here in the last 42 seconds. 47 points in the ball game. 21 in the first half, 26 so far here in the second half. Not going to be sufficient to get a win. As it's been an issue at times for the Eagles where they go on long periods of drought of not scoring points, and it has hurt them several times. They've had leads first half and second half of ball games this year, failed to score for a while, end up losing. Not necessarily the case here as they were ahead early, but that was 5-0. Since then it was back and forth, and then it was a 25-21 halftime advantage, and since then it's been up to as many as 16. It's now 14 with 42 to go. Central basketball underneath the Baker basket, so they're going to go all the way down. That's Bats into the ball game. Going to make McGrew pick it up. Clock starts. McDermott in. McGrew to the hoop. Lays it up. Can't get it to go. Kamara with a follow. Misses, but tips it up and in. Down to 12. Down to 30 seconds. And a timeout called by Baker as they're trapped in the backcourt. Bats could not find anywhere to go. It's a 30-second timeout. I want to thank you for tuning in. Eagle Sports Network. Women lose tonight to Baker. Men losing to Baker by 12 with 29.3 to go. Lyles, Fisher, McDermott, McGrew, and Kamara on the floor, and there's Fisher fouling Shearer. Shearer back to the free throw line. I believe he is 0 for 1 in this game. Makes the first. Four of 10 are the Wildcats from the line. Neither side shot it very well. 5 of 11. But that's still better than 7 of 21 that the Eagles are. McGrew has his tip pass tip. McDermott in the corner. 3 on the way. Won't go. Foul on Bullock on the rebound. pushing out.
Baker foul is on Bullock.
Kamara to the free throw line. If he makes these, he would have a double-double as a little bit of a consolation, as he's got 17 rebounds in the game.
Kamara to shoot for CMU.
First free throw is good. He is 3 of 6 on the night. Nine points. Make it 10. He's got a double-double, 10 points, 17 rebounds. Brooks. White. Bat's going to get it across half court with 8. Going to be trapped. He's going to have to get rid of it eventually, as there are 3 Eagles there, but he gets it over to Bullock. 63-51 is going to be the final score.
Final Baker 63, CMU 51.
So in the second half, Baker outscores the Eagles 38-30. And that is the ball game, and that will do it from here. They ask us all to leave pretty quickly, so we'll close it down from here. 63-51 is the final. Baker moves to 3-3 overall and 1-1 in the conference. Central goes to 5-6 overall and 3-4 in conference play. We'll be back here Saturday when Mid-America comes to town. Games at 2 and 4 here on the Eagle Sports Network. Thanks for joining us tonight.